Terron Armstead decision on whether or not he may retire from the NFL, he will contact Chris Grier and let him know before free agency. This is news to me. This is news to me. I already knew that, there were reports that he'll make a decision, but come on, man. Like, it doesn't really take this long. I see him doing his workouts. I see him, doing his boxing workouts. I see all that stuff. Listen, 9 times out of 10, Terron Armstead will be back, ladies and gentlemen. He will be back and he'll be a Dolphin. I mean, walking away from $15 million? Like, why? Why? So, I mean, at the end of the day, he might as well come get his $15 million, even if he get hurt. So I don't even understand what this is about, but it does leave open the door of what if we get breaking news that he decides not to come back. It's crazy because it would save the Dolphins some money. I will say that. It's crazy because I'm sure Chris Grier, deep down, without saying it, probably is like, well, yeah, I hope he does retire. I don't know, because at the end of the day, he's a great player. He's worth the money to a degree, but we can't rely on him to be, on the team consistently and contribute. So with that being said, man, this is a very important situation that we got to keep our eyes open for. So we'll sit back, we'll watch, we'll see what ends up happening. But there's a lot of things that's about to go down in the next 13 days. If you haven't been paying attention, there are a lot of things that's about to go down in the next 13 days up and down the roster, okay? And we'll talk about more of that as we go through the show. But Terron Armstead will have a decision by free agency. Chris Grier will let us know. Well, I'm sure there'll be breaking news of what he decides. But I'm just shocked at the end of the day that this is even a decision. I just don't see him passing up on the money. Okay. But I can understand his body's breaking down. He's been hurt a lot. He's been struggling, to stay healthy. And it's getting worse than it was when it was in New Orleans. And we already knew coming out of New Orleans what the deal was going to be. That I told everybody we're going to have him for 10, 11 games every season. Every season, we're going to have him for about 10, 11 games. People say I was being pessimistic, but that's just what the stats tell you. So he missed 8 games this time, so he played 10, and I told you, I'm right on the money. So at the end of the day, this will be a huge piece of news for the Miami Dolphins. Let me tell you why. Another reason why, because if Chris Grier gets to use that money, we're in a much better position. If he doesn't get to use that money and he comes back, Chris Grier still got some stuff to figure out. And we'll talk about that more as we go through the show when we talk about Tua's contract situation. All right. So that's your latest on Terron Armstead's decision on whether or not he's going to return back to the NFL. We'll keep you posted on that. Okay.